support us at all. When he was migrating from Mecca to Medina, no one was supporting Holy Prophet. But today, we have 50 plus Muslim countries, 1.7 billion Muslims. We have lots of resources, everything, but we cannot achieve anything. We cannot defeat a oppressor like Zionist regime. We cannot defeat a Daesh. Why is that? Imam is focusing to this point that وَضَمِّ أَهْلِ الْفُرْقَةِ, those who wants to fight the truth, but they themselves, they're not united. If you want to achieve any goals, the first and foremost point is to have a unity. The second, وَإِصْلَاحِ ذَاتِ الْبَيْنِ. Most of the times, those who are with us, we close our eyes towards them. Whatever they do is okay, no problem. Why? Because he is with us. He's supporting me. Therefore, I want to close my eyes for her mistakes. Or Imam is saying that no, that's not the way. وَإِصْلَاحِ ذَاتِ الْبَيْنِ. We have to cure the problems among ourselves. We have to acknowledge that yes, we have problems. Once we acknowledge, we have to cure that. The third, وَإِفْشَاءِ الْعَارِفَةِ. Whatever we do good deeds, we have to promote those good deeds. In order to achieve any goals, we have to be visible. For example, here in this part of the world, Muslims considered as minorities. Muslims, they are doing lots of great things, but is not representing in the media. Why? Because we are not there. So alhamdulillah, last week we had a blanket drive. More than 200 blankets we contributed. Although it's a small step, but who knows about all this great work and efforts we are doing? Per year, we feed thousands of homeless people in the Bay Area through our centers. Whether it's SABA Center, or ICZ, or Fatimiyya, or Darebatul, other centers, we're feeding that. But no one is talking about that because people, they don't know what we are doing. Okay. So we have all these great, human resources, engineers, doctors, all that among the Muslim community. But people, they don't see all the great works of the Muslims. So that's why Imam says one of the key points to have a success is وَإِفْشَاءِ الْعَارِفَةِ. If you have a good work, if you did something good, you need to promote that. Take it to the media. Talk to the media. Alhamdulillah, just I can tell you that two brothers in one of the company called SanDisk, what they did is they went to the SanDisk because they're working there, and they registered SABA Academy, because most of the companies for the non-profit organizations, religious organizations, they don't want to support. But the moment you say that no, we have a school for education, they will support. Just two people, they enrolled and they established the relationship between our educational program, the SABA Academy, and other programs which are what we are doing in SABA, to that company. And we are receiving from SanDisk every year tens of thousands of dollars for the education. Only two people, two engineers. Can you imagine that in our society, how many engineers, they're working for different companies? We have tens of big companies in Bay Area, and most of these companies, they have programs for non-profit educational programs. So we have a need. If we're able to promote the good efforts, if we come up with a good strategy to reach out to the people, to get some benefit and also give the benefit, because whatever we are doing, for example, let's say about SABA Academy, and Sunday school and other programs, what we are doing for the children, we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars for them, alhamdulillah. So why is that? Because we want to upbring them to the right direction. We want to train them to be a good leaders for the future generations. It's not only for Muslim Ummah, it's not only for SABA, it's not only for our community. No. Once a good leader contributes something for whole mankind. So lots of companies out there, they want to contribute and they want to donate, but they don't know because we are not promoting. This is our duty. Brothers and sisters, I know that in our community, we have a genius people in different areas, whether in technical areas or marketings or in different other areas. The matter is, if we take the ownership, feel that we have the obligations and duties and act upon, and you will get it. And then this third point, or Imam, the fourth point, or Imam, he's saying, وَسَتْرِ الْعَائِبَةِ. Obviously, all of us, we have mistakes, problems. In order to tackle the problems, there's two ways. One is just throw on the face of the person in front of the people that, oh, he, she did this mistake. Second one is, no, you want to conceal that mistake in front of the people, but you have to take care of that in private. And as Holy Prophet says, أَحَبُّ إِلَيَّ مَنْ إِهْدَ إِلَيَّ عُيُوبِي. The best among you is the one who can present me my own mistakes in secret. We're talking about Thanksgiving, mashallah. So Thanksgiving to each other, the best Thanksgiving present we can present to each other is our mistakes, our problems, but not openly. When it comes to the open, we have to conceal the problems, or conceal, or we have to, be a ameen. If I know some mistakes of some brothers or sisters, it's my duty to preserve that and take care of that in a right way. وَالسَّتْرِ الْعَائِبَ وَلِينِ الْعَرِيكَ وَخَفْضِ الْجِنَاحِ. One of the very important points is we have to be humble to each other. رُحَمَاءُ بَيْنَهُمْ وَشِدَّةُ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ. You cannot be a humble in front of the oppressor. When Saddam is here, although that poor guy, he died. The Saddam of today, if he's here, we are so humble. But when it comes to ourselves, our families, our children, our spouses, our friends, we have to be humble. وَاخْفِضْ جِنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ. وَاخْفِضْ الْجِنَاحَ. We have to be so humble to each other. We have to respect. In order to achieve the unity among ourselves, one of the key points is to have a respect. To have ihtiram. وَحُسْنَ السِّيرَةِ. Obviously, one of the key points is حُسْنَ السِّيرَةِ. It means good deeds. We have to offer. This حُسْنَ السِّيرَةِ is not only for Muslims. As I mentioned, I would like to announce proudly that alhamdulillah, our Muslim centers and organizations, including SABA and others, our services are not limited to only Shia or Muslims or those who come to our centers. No, that's not the case. We're open, our hearts are open, our services are open. So that's why in any problems, any disaster, any need comes, we are there. Whether it is blanket drive, or food drive, or feed to the hunger people, or any other welfare programs, you will find that the Muslim organizations, including SABA, is there to promote, to help, to stand with those in need. We are not limited to our own selves. Why? Because we feel that we are part of the mankind. And all of us, we're in the same boat. If this boat is affected, it will affect to all the mankind. So that's what, or the message of our fourth Imam in the court of Yazid, Husn al-Sirah, is not only among the Ahlul Bayt, for everyone. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and give strength and tawfiq to understand true message of Imam Sajjad, Imam Hussain, and also to promote this true message to the mankind. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. Salawat. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdu wa thana lillahi rabbil alameen. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi. Wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa an sayyiati a'malina wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية الإكرام على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والشهداء والصالحين والصديقين وعلى خير خلقه البشير النذير السراج المنير الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأراضين بأبي القاسم محمد. صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى مغفرته ورضوانه وبركاته كما صليت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وصل على أئمة الهدى من الأولين والآخرين وعلى أمير المؤمنين وقائد الغر المحجلين علي بن أبي طالب وعلى الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء وعلى سيدي شباب أهل الجنة إمامان الحسن والحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد موسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي. عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وسهل الله مخرجه وجعلنا من أعوانه وانصاره ولعنه دائما على أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد، أوصيكم عباد الله ونفسي بتقوى الله ونظم أمركم يا عباد الله. اتقوا الله اتقوا الله اتقوا الله وابتغوا إليه الوسيلة كما قال الله سبحانه وتبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اللهم إنا نرغب إليك في دولة كريمة تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله وتجعلنا فيها من الدعاة إلى طاعة كربلاء. Alhamdulillah, as you are watching the news, millions of Zair, millions of those who have a hararat of the hub of Hussein and Ahlul Bayt in their hearts, they're heading towards the Karbala. Barefoot, based on the numbers which is presented by the Iraqi government, millions of people are walking towards one goal, which is Karbala. And the hadaf is to achieve the shafa'at of Imam Hussein, to be with the shuhada of Karbala, to announce that, O Hussein, we are here to support, to uphold, and to be with the shuhada of Karbala. Imagine that after the event of Karbala, when the caravan of Imam Hussein were paraded in city after city, in village after village, with all those problems, at that time no one can imagine that after a few years, a few centuries, still people, they can remember the message of Imam Hussein. Alhamdulillah, after 14th century, as if today this happened, as if Muslims, they want to announce that, oh Hussein, we are here. Labbaik ya Hussein. Everyone from every corner of the earth, everyone wants to go there to support the cause of Imam Hussein. Inshallah, the years to come, next year, years to come, all of us, we can go and we can walk from Najaf to Karbala, perhaps with Imam of our time, to announce that, oh Hussein, we are here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the peace and amniyats for all this war, those who are going to Karbala, in millions, with all the threat, with all the challenges they're facing, but no one can stop them. From every corner of Iraq, the one goal, they want to go to Karbala. Just you see that how many people they're threatening, they're promoting all these hatred messages, that this year we want to do this, with all that. But whether from Basra or Nasiriyah or Hindiya or Baghdad or in Najaf, every corner of Iraq, even there is a report that from Mosul, people they're walking to Karbala. Allahu Akbar. Mosul, the headquarters for the Daesh, people that are walking from there to Karbala to support this cause. You'll understand that the message of Imam Hussein, the hub of Imam Hussein is there. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. Alhamdulillah. Beautiful hadith from our 11th Imam, Imam Hassan al-Askari, Ruhi wa Arwahul Alamin al-Maqdam al-Fida. Please cite his salawat. The sign of mu'min, alamatul mu'min, five signs for the believers and mu'min. The first sign, obviously, is to recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim out loud in all the prayers, because we know that we have two types of prayers, like morning Fajr prayer, Maghrib Isha prayer, we have to recite bil jahr, out loud. Dhuhr and Asr, we have to recite, bil ikhfa, whisper. But when it comes to Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, no matter you're praying Dhuhr prayer, Asr prayer, Subh, Maghrib, Isha, you recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim out loud. And you will understand that the Salafi, the Wahhabi group, especially from the 3rd century onwards, they carry this message that we don't want to recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in any surah, except Surah Al-Hamd. And later on, Wahhabis, they want to take out the Bismillah altogether. So that's why in Mecca, Medina, when you see the prayers, when they say Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, although Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is a part of the surah, and one complete ayah, even the book, the Quran, which is published in Mecca and Medina, but they escaped that. So from here you understand that who is with Ali and who is not. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Second sign is to recite 51 rakat of the prayer, a daily prayer. And we know that just not reciting to establish the relationship between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The 51 rakats is just symbol. Each and every split second we should be connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the second. Third, at-ta'afiru bil jabeen. Once we go to sajda, we do sajda on the turba of Imam Hussein from Karbala. That's the third sign. The fourth sign is to wear the aqiq ring in your right hand, the ring finger. And the last sign, the fifth sign, is to recite Ziyaratul Arba'een. So now, the question, why Ziyaratul Arba'een? Not Ziyarat Ashra, not Ziyarat Waritha, not Ziyarat Jame Kabira, Aminullah. We have tens of authentic ziyarats. Why Ziyarat Arba'een? Because Ziyarat Arba'een is a symbol of the complete message. We don't want to limit to Ashura. This message has to go all the way to Arba'een, as our Imam Sajjad had it. when he was standing on top of the grave of his father, what he said, he pledged the allegiance. He said, from now, O my father Hussein, I have a greater duty because the Arba'in, I came here. I don't want to stop here. Just now, my message should be begin in different era. That's why Imam Sajjad, he took from Karbala to Medina and he started teaching the message of Imam Hussein in Medina. And he said, one of the beautiful sentences of the Ziyarat Arba'in is, قَدْ بَذَلَ مُهْجَتَهُ. Indeed, my father, he gave his life, he sacrificed himself and all the family members. For what? لِيَسْتَنْقِذَ عِبَادَهُ مِنَ الضَّلَالَةِ. So he can protect and guide those who are misguided people on the earth. Ibadahu, not only Muslims. Ibadahu, all those who are the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so he can guide them. So the sacrifice of Imam Hussein is to guide mankind from dhalala, misguided people. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us strength and tawfiq. Brothers and sisters, man asbaha wa lam yahtamma bi umur al-muslimin falaysa bi muslim. You're hearing all the news from especially Iraq and Syria and other places also. From one side, all the superpowers, they want to go and attack Daesh. From other side, they want to preserve and they want to think about their own interest. The missing point here is the real needed people were forgotten. Hundreds of thousands of refugees, they are there. No one is talking about that. Not even having a single escape to sleep in the cold winter, and so on and so forth. And also when they target for their own benefit, not for the benefit of Muslims. So now, I think as our great scholars, they mention that if only Muslims are real, or those who are concerned Muslims in Syria and Iraq, they're united, Daesh cannot stand even for one day. Only in Iraq, if all the believers and mu'mineen, they have a unity, Daesh cannot stand in one day. The problem is, as I mentioned, وَضَمِّ أَهْلِ الْفُرْقَةِ. We are divided in groups, and we don't see the bigger picture. And we are waiting that superpowers, big peoples, countries, they can come and save us. No, they are not. Why? Because they don't have the priorities for that. If they have any priorities, look what Turkey is doing. MashaAllah. Their main focus is to defeat a small group, which is Kurds, those who are fighting with the Turkey. In order to achieve that goal, they are supporting. Based on the reports, 75% of the oil resources is going from Turkey to the ISIS. Millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars every month. And no one is talking about that. No one is thinking about that. And so on and so forth. So here, brothers and sisters, we have one key goal. Yes, from one side, we see all the atrocities, all the problems in the name of Islam are, they carried out and they're damaging Islam, one way or other way. But we have the duty and responsibility to stand for one united form and to uphold the truth and to speak out in any form and shape, and obviously to offer our du'as and support. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Bless us and give strength and tawfiq to have all the bounties and blessings of this great month. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala include us among those who stand for the truth and for cause of Imam Hussain alayhi salam and peace and justice, inshaAllah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Sadaqallahu al-aliyyul azim. Salawat. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا ولي الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. يا محسن قدراتك استغفر لعبدك العاصم فضل الله بصير بالعباد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين